So, a friend and I were talking recently. She has some issues in her life that she she keeps struggling against for very understandable reasons. She's like, I can't I can't accept this. I can't just accept that this is my reality. And it reminded me because when we think of acceptance, we tend to think it means one thing when in actuality it means a different thing. So let me give you an example. A friend of mine suffered some horrific abuse when he was a child. And he was talking to me about how, like, he couldn't accept that that had happened to him. He couldn't accept that. He's like, how can I accept that these things happen to innocent children, right? And I thought about it for a while, and I said to him, you don't have to accept it as in liking it. You don't have to accept it as in being glad it happened or saying it should have happened or it's the right thing to have happened. Accepting it simply means you have to accepting it happened. Can you accept that it happened? That it really did happen? And I think for him that that shifted things. And in my own life, the first year of the Gaza genocide, I could not accept that it was happening. I could not accept that I lived in a world where a genocide could be live streamed and just keep happening month after month after month. I could not accept that level of man's inhumanity to man, even among so many so-called good liberals. People that I didn't expect that of them. And I was wrong. But I couldn't accept it. I had to stop it. I had to prevent it. I had to undo it. I had to unsee it. I had to convince everybody to see it the way that I saw it. And I was tensed up like that for a year. Completely irrational and completely understandable. And I still mourn freshly every single day. But that mourning no longer comes up against a brick wall of, this can't be. It fucking is. This is a world where that kind of thing happens. Apparently, because it's happening. Am I angry that it's happening? Yes. But that anger, along with the grieving and the mourning, can flow through better than it could before. I'm never going to be happy that it's happening. Even if it ends up somehow producing like total world peace in 5 years. I don't know, name something, whatever, best possible outcome, right? Better, an outcome that makes it all worth it. Worth it to each individual kid who had to suffer that. Point is, like, yeah. Even if it somehow fixes the whole world, I'm still going to mourn every single child bombed or starved to death. With my tax dollars, with my government's whitewashing and aiding and abetting of it. That's never, ever going to be okay in my mind. I don't think so. Can there be forgiveness? I mean, first it has to be stopped, and then there has to be significant repentance. Then we'll talk about forgiveness, right? Maybe. It's not even my call, really, whether genocide against other people can be forgiven. What's been happening is extremely sad. Extremely sad things happen in a dualistic world. Can't pretend otherwise. And I don't like anything about this genocide. But I have accepted that it's happening. I'm no longer in denial. I'm no longer in pure, tense resistance. I no longer have magical thinking that I can somehow fix or change or prevent it with my own will. So if there's something you're having a hard time accepting, first of all, give yourself grace. A lot of things are really, really hard to accept. And then remember that whatever it is, you don't have to like it. That's not the assignment. You can accept it and hate it. You can accept it and be furious about it. You can accept it and be sad about it. You can accept it and be confused or uncertain or terrified about the implications of it. But once you have accepted that this thing you can't accept is in fact happening, or has in fact happened, then all those feelings, including a backlog of them, so it's not necessarily going to be easy, but the backlog of feelings can come through, and the new round of feelings, the fresh feelings, can come through too, without so much resistance, without a blockage. And I'm not going to pretend that's going to be, easy or fun. Very often it's not. But the step of accepting it, as painful as it is, seems to be the only way forward. Not liking it, not preferring it, not wanting it, but sad, unfair, uncomfortable things happen in a dualistic world. And, the more time you spend denying that, the harder everything becomes. So I think that's what people mean when they talk about acceptance. It's not, It's not saying this should have happened. It's not saying it's okay that this happened or is happening. It's very simply saying, yes, it's happening.